All right, so check it out. Let's get into part two of our golden age in Greece, looking at the democracy and all that. All right, but the main topics for today is this. We're going to be looking at the beautification of Athens. We're going to be looking at architecture. We're going to be just looking at art itself. It's going to be great. Let's just go ahead and just get straight into this. Have your notes out. It's going to be good. And there we are. So we're looking at the art and the architecture, all right? Art itself and architecture. And art can come in lots of different ways, not just what you think of as like a painting on the wall. It can come in a bunch of different ways. Acting is art. Building is art. Speaking can be art. Music can be art. So let's get into this. It's going to be good. So have your paper out. Remember, again, you are trying to guess what goes into the blank. So have yourself ready. Get ready to speak out loud. It's going to be good. Here we go. So here we go. Let's get into part two. All right, of the golden age in Athens. So check it out. Glorious art and architecture is what we're looking at. So who is the man in charge in Athens? His name is Pericles. His goal, or one of his goals of the three, was to have the greatest Greek artists and architects create magnificent sculptures and buildings to glorify. That's right. What place does he live in? Where are they? They are in Athens. This is not Sparta. This is not any other polis or city-state, but just Athens, all right? So at the center of his plan was one of architecture's most noblest work. All right, that means this thing is going to be looked at forever and ever. We've actually looked at this thing again. I've talked about how I've been in it, but actually a replica of it. This building is called anybody know? The Parthenon. That's right, the Parthenon. All right, that's going to be a big deal. All right, so let's talk about it just for a little bit as we go through it. So architecture and sculpture. So this temple built to honor, who was it built to honor? It was one of their mythical gods. Her name was Athena. That's right, Athena. The goddess of wisdom and the protector of Athens, contained examples of Greek art that set standards for future generations of artists around the world. Pericles entrusted much of the work on the Parthenon to the sculptor Phidias. Okay, within the temple, Phidias created a giant statue of, who is this person again? That's right, Athena. All right, you remind me. I need to show you of when I went into this thing and took a picture of her. It's pretty amazing. So this giant statue of Athena that not only contains such precious materials as a whole bunch of gold on it and ivory, but also stood over, all right, I've heard 30 feet tall. I've actually heard taller than that. All right, so we don't really know the exact thing, but over 30 feet tall. This thing is really tall. All right, Phidias and other sculptors during this golden age aimed to create figures that were graceful, strong, and perfectly formed. Their faces showed neither joy nor anger, only serenity. Greek sculptors also tried to capture the grace of the idealized human, check it out, the human body in motion. And they had a lot of them. They just didn't have a lot of clothes on. They'd be completely naked, and it showed off what they thought of being as the perfect body. They wanted to portray ideal, all right, what were they looking for? Ideal, what do you think it is? Not realism, not ideal. What do y'all think? Let me hear you. What do you think? What do you think? Ideal, I like it. Okay, I hear some answers. Beauty, that's what they're looking for. Perfect beauty, all right? Not realism, not what really looks right, like what we're looking at right now, okay? But real beauty for everything. Their values of harmony, all right, order, balance, and proportion became the standard of what is called, what kind of art is this called? This is called classical art. And it's going to last forever. People are going to admire the beauty of this forever and ever. All right, now let's look at another type of art they call drama. And some of y'all know about drama more than others. And I'm not talking to you specifically, but maybe I am. So here we go. The Greeks, check it out, they invented this middle school concept. No, it's not middle school concept. It's called drama. They invented the whole idea of drama, acting, all right, as an art form, and built the first theaters in the West. Theatrical productions in Athens were both an expression of civic pride and a tribute to thee. They were doing all this. Who should they be honoring? The gods. That's right. As part of their civic, now watch this one. They felt like they had to. These are, watch this, their civic duty. This is someone's duty is the things you have to do. It's required. It's a very important thing. As part of their civic duty, look who is talking about. Wealthy people or rich people bore the cost of producing the plays. Actors used colorful costumes and masks and sets to dramatize, stories. The plays were about leadership, they were about justice, and the duties owed to the, all right, who's it owed to? To the gods. That's right. They often included a chorus, all right, that danced, sang, and recited poetry. So y'all are familiar with this. We have art departments that do this now. You can join the theater department and perform all types of dramas. Now, there's two specific kind of dramas. Here we go. We've got the tragedy and the comedy. These are the two different type of dramas they focused on. So the Greeks wrote two kinds of dramas. I just said what they are. They're in your title. Go ahead and write them in, the tragedy. And then the other one is the comedy. And you enjoy both of these, right? They're both fun. All right. So a tragedy was a serious drama, very serious, stay serious, about common themes such as love, hate, war, or maybe betrayal. All right. These dramas featured, a main character and a tragic hero. That means a lot of times he might die. Okay. So these could be epics. The hero usually was an important person and often gifted with extraordinary abilities. A tragic flaw usually caused the hero's downfall. Often this flaw was hubris, or here's the big one. Y'all understand this one. Excessive is when you think about yourself more than anything else. You like yourself a lot. Yes, that's what it is. Pride, excessive pride. All right, in ancient times, Greece what was the other kind of drama? It is comedy. That's right. That contained scenes filled with slapstick situations and crude humor. All right. Some of it was not appropriate for class, and some of it was just funny. All right, but they got into crude humor just like y'all do too, and I do too. Playwrights often made fun of politics and respected people and ideas of the time. All right, let's keep going. Now, another art. A lot of people don't think of this as art, but it is. History is an art form. It sure is. So as you learned earlier, there are no written records from the Dorian period. So think about those 400 years when the Dorians ruled. We don't know much. All right. The epic poems of Homer recounted stories, but are, ding-a-ling, don't go anywhere yet, they're not accurate recordings of what took place in the time. They're just stories. Some of it might be true, some of it not. Herodotus, a Greek who lived in Athens for a time, pioneered the accurate reportings of events. His book on the Persian Wars is considered the first work of real history. Like this is what actually happened. Okay. So, however, the greatest historian of the classical age was the Athenian Thucydides. All right. He believed that certain types of events and political situations. All right. What did he say about them? In political situations, watch this. This is a good word for y'all. Recur over time. Not recur over time, meaning that situations in history, they repeat themselves. Y'all have heard that before. All right. Studying those events and situations he felt would aid in understanding. If you look at the past, you study these events, this would aid in understanding what do you think? What does it help us understand? Yeah, I hear you. That's right. The present, who we are. The approaches that Thucydides used in his work still guide historians today. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause right there. Okay. And what I want to do is let's take a little time and let's just do this. I want to take a little time and look at the Parthenon itself. So give me a second here. I think you're going to like this. It's going to be good. I'm going to look at the Parthenon, and it comes in different places. Did it come out? It didn't come out there. There we go. Come on, look for it. Is it coming? There we go. It'll be there in a second. Very good. So give me a second here. We're going to share the screen. Parthenon, share it. Here we go. All right. So let's look at the Parthenon and see with a few of the images. So this would be the work of art or the building that these folks built that really sticks out as being super special. Y'all can see it right here. Let's leave it right here as we go through it. Now, what's kind of cool is if you look at this one right here, look at really close. Does it look torn down? Look at that one, torn down. That's the one in Athens, Greece. This one right here, this is in Nashville, Tennessee. That's right. Look right there, Nashville, Tennessee. Go look at it. Inside of it, check it out. That's the one in Nashville, Tennessee. Don't leave yet. All right, there's that Athena right there. That looks, this guy's probably about 6 feet tall, maybe 30, 40, 50 feet tall at the top of that hat right there. There's another god right there. That is the goddess Nike. Anyways, all right. Had a little fun looking at art and architecture. And then, yeah, we're going to get into part 3 tomorrow. Thanks for paying attention. We'll see you tomorrow.